Momotaro. Chapter 1. Once upon a time, there lived an old man and an old woman. Every day, the old man went to the mountains to gather firewood. And the old woman went to the river to do the laundry. One day, as the old woman was diligently washing clothes by the river, a large peach came floating down from upstream, bobbing along with her. Donbara Coco, Sakako, Donbara Coco, Sakako. Oh my, what a magnificent peach. I'll take it home as a gift for the old man. Saying this, the old woman tried to reach for the peach. But it was too far away. So she sang, "That water is salty, this water is sweet. Avoid the salty water, come to the sweet water." Clapping her hands as she sang, the peach floated right over to her with a Donbara Coco, Sakako, Donbara Coco, Sakako. Smiling, she said, "Let's hurry home and share this with the old man." She picked up the peach, placed it in her tub, along with the laundry, and carried it back home with a spring in her step. That evening, the old man returned home, carrying a bundle of firewood on his back. "Grandma, I'm back." "Oh, Grandpa, welcome home. I've been waiting for you. Come inside quickly, I have something wonderful for you." "That's great to hear. What is this wonderful thing?" As he took off his straw sandals and stepped inside, the old woman brought the heavy peach out from the cupboard and said, "Look at this peach. Oh my, where did you buy such a magnificent peach?" "I didn't buy it. I found it in the river today." "Found it in the river, you say? That's truly remarkable." The old man gazed at the peach, turning it over and over in his hands. Suddenly, the peach split open with a pop, and from inside came the robust cries of a baby. "Wah, wah!" A healthy, adorable baby jumped out. "Oh my goodness!" The old man and the old woman were astonished and cried out in unison. Well, we've always wished for a child. And now God has surely blessed us with this baby." Overjoyed, they hurried to heat some water and prepare swaddling clothes for the baby. They held the baby up and gave him a bath. Suddenly, the baby pushed away the old woman's hands and said, What a strong and lively child this is." The old man and the old woman looked at each other and laughed heartily. Since the baby was born from a peach, they named him Momotaro Peach Boy. Chapter 2. The old man and the old woman cherished and raised Momotaro with great care. As Momotaro grew, he became much larger and stronger than the average child. In sumo wrestling, no one in the neighboring villages could match his strength. Yet he remained gentle in nature, and dutifully respected and cared for the old man and woman. When Momotaro turned 15, he had become so strong that it was said there was no one in all of Japan who could rival him. Momotaro began to desire a journey to a foreign land, to test his strength and abilities. Around this time, a traveler who had been to various foreign islands returned, sharing many strange and wonderful stories. One of these stories was particularly intriguing. If you row a boat for many years, you will reach the far end of the ocean, where there is a place called Onigashima. There, fierce demons live in a formidable iron castle, guarding precious treasures they have plundered from various lands. Upon hearing this story, Momotaro became eager to visit Onigashima, and could no longer contain his excitement. He returned home and immediately approached the old man, saying, "Please grant me leave for a while." The old man, surprised, asked, "Where are you going?" "I intend to go to Onigashima to conquer the demons," Momotaro replied. "Well, that is quite brave. Go ahead," said the old man. "Going so far, you must be very hungry. I will prepare some food for you," the old woman said. So, the old man and woman brought a large mortar to the center of the garden. The old man took up the pestle, while the old woman prepared the dough. And they began to pound the millet dumplings. Thunk, 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 they worked rhythmically, creating delicious millet dumplings. Once the dumplings were ready, Momotaro's preparations were also complete. Momotaro donned a warrior's battle surcoat, strapped a sword to his waist, and hung a bag of millet dumplings by his side. Holding a war fan with a peach emblem, he said, "Father, Mother, I am off," bowing respectfully. Go and defeat the demons with honor, said the old man. Be careful and don't get hurt, the old woman added. Don't worry, I have the best millet dumplings in Japan, Momotaro said confidently. Farewell, he shouted cheerfully as he departed. The old man and the old woman stood at the gate, watching him go for as long as they could see him. Chapter 3. As Momotaro continued on his journey, he arrived at the top of a large mountain. Suddenly, from the grassy thicket, a dog ran up to him, barking, "Woof, woof." When Momotaro turned around, the dog bowed respectfully and asked, "Momotaro, Momotaro, where are you going?" "I'm going to Onigashima to conquer the demons," replied Momotaro. "What is that hanging from your waist?" inquired the dog. "These are the best millet dumplings in Japan," answered Momotaro. "Please give me one, and I will accompany you," said the dog. "Sure, here you go. Come along," said Momotaro. The dog received a millet dumpling and followed behind Momotaro. After descending the mountain and walking for a while, they entered a forest. From the treetops, a monkey came scampering down, screeching, "Eek, eek." When Momotaro turned around, the monkey bowed respectfully and asked, "Momotaro, Momotaro, where are you going?" "I'm going to Onigashima to conquer the demons," replied Momotaro. "What is that hanging from your waist?" inquired the monkey. "These are the best millet dumplings in Japan," answered Momotaro. "Please give me one, and I will accompany you," said the monkey. "Sure, here you go. Come along," said Momotaro. The monkey received a millet dumpling and followed behind Momotaro. After descending the mountain and passing through the forest, they came out into a wide plain. From above, a bird's cry of "caw, caw" could be heard, and a pheasant flew down. When Momotaro turned around, the pheasant bowed respectfully and asked, "Momotaro, Momotaro, where are you going?" "I'm going to Onigashima to conquer the demons," replied Momotaro. "What is that hanging from your waist?" inquired the pheasant. "These are the best millet dumplings in Japan," answered Momotaro. "Please give me one, and I will accompany you," said the pheasant. "Sure, here you go. Come along," said Momotaro. The pheasant received a millet dumpling and followed behind Momotaro, with the dog, monkey, and pheasant as his faithful companions. Momotaro felt even more courageous and continued on his way. Soon, they reached a vast seashore where a boat was conveniently moored. Momotaro and his 3 companions boarded the boat at once. "I will be the rower," said the dog, and began rowing the boat. "I will be the helmsman," said the monkey, and took his place at the rudder. "I will be the lookout," said the pheasant, and stood at the bow. It was a beautiful, clear day, and the sea was calm with not a single wave. The boat sped across the water as swiftly as lightning or a flying arrow. After about an hour, the pheasant, who was keeping watch at the bow, cried out, "Look, look, an island." With a flutter of wings, the pheasant soared into the sky and flew straight ahead, cutting through the wind. Momotaro immediately looked in the direction the pheasant had flown and saw a faint, dark shape like a cloud on the distant horizon. As the boat approached, the cloud-like shape gradually took on the clear form of an island. "Oh, I see it. I see Onigashima," exclaimed Momotaro. The dog and the monkey joined in, shouting, "Hooray, hooray." Onigashima grew closer and closer, and soon they could see the imposing demon castle surrounded by solid rocks. They also saw the demon guards standing watch in front of the formidable iron gate. Atop the highest roof of the castle, the pheasant perched, looking back at them. Despite being told it would take years of rowing to reach Onigashima, they had arrived in what seemed like the blink of an eye. Chapter 4. Momotaro, accompanied by the dog and the monkey, swiftly leapt from the boat onto the shore. The demon soldiers who were on watch, seeing this unfamiliar figure, were so astonished that they hurriedly retreated behind the gate and shut the iron doors tightly. At that moment, the dog stood in front of the gate and shouted, "The Japanese hero Momotaro has come to subjugate you. Open up, open up." He pounded on the doors, shouting. The demons, hearing his voice, were terrified and pressed even harder from inside to keep the doors closed. Then the pheasant flew down from the roof and started pecking at the eyes of the demons holding the gate shut. The demons, overwhelmed, fled in panic. In the meantime, the monkey quickly climbed up the high rock wall and easily opened the gate from the inside. Charge! Momotaro and his retainers shouted as they bravely stormed into the castle. The demon general, leading a large number of retainers, came at them, swinging thick iron rods and yelling, "Ooh, ooh." However, the demons, despite their large size, were cowards. After having their eyes pecked by the pheasant, and their shins bitten by the dog, they ran around in pain, shouting, "Ouch, ouch." They cried as the monkey scratched their faces, dropping their iron rods and surrendering in despair. Even the demon general, who fought bravely until the end, was eventually subdued by Momotaro. Riding on the back of the large demon, Momotaro pressed him down and said, "How about it? Do you still refuse to surrender?" He pressed harder and harder. The demon general, his neck squeezed by Momotaro's immense strength, was in unbearable pain and, with tears streaming down his face, said, "I surrender, I surrender. Please spare my life. In return, I will give you all of our treasures." He was forgiven after saying this. True to his word, the demon general brought out all the hidden treasures from the castle, loading carts with invisibility cloaks, magic hats, mallet of fortune, wish-fulfilling jewels, and other invaluable treasures like coral, gold coins, and lapis lazuli. Momotaro loaded all the treasures onto the carts and, along with his 3 retainers, boarded the boat again. The return journey was even faster than the outbound trip, and they soon arrived back in Japan. When the boat reached the shore, the dog led the way, pulling the treasure-laden carts. The pheasant pulled the rope, and the monkey pushed from behind. Heave-ho, heave-ho, the 3 of them chanted as they moved forward, seemingly burdened by the heavy load. At home, the old man and old woman, taking turns, said, "Momotaro should be returning soon." They craned their necks in anticipation. Just then, Momotaro returned, proudly leading his 3 magnificent retainers pulling the treasure they had captured. The old man and old woman were overjoyed, their happiness beyond words. Well done, you're the best in Japan," the old man exclaimed. "Oh, thank goodness you're unharmed," said the old woman. Momotaro then turned to the dog, monkey, and pheasant and said, "How was it? The demon subjugation was fun, wasn't it?" The dog barked happily, standing on his hind legs. The monkey laughed, baring his white teeth. The pheasant crowed and did a somersault in the air. The sky was brilliantly clear, and cherry blossoms were blooming all over the garden. The end.